The atmosphere in Arlington, Texas, feels different as BTS prepares to continue their BTS World Tour airing. After completing their concert series in Baltimore, attention has now fully shifted to Texas, where RM, Jin, Suga, jhope, Jimin, Taehyung, and Jungkook will once again meet ARMY for two special nights at AT&T Stadium on August 15th and 16th, 2026. The dates have also been confirmed by AT&T Stadium as part of the official airing tour schedule. But this time, BTS arrival is not being welcomed only by fans. Arlington has also begun showing signs of an official welcome from the local government. Various BTS-themed visual elements have started appearing around the city, including pamphlets and welcome materials carrying the distinctive BTS atmosphere. Meanwhile, ARMY are not falling behind either. Purple balloons and BTS-themed pamphlets have become part of the atmosphere leading up to the concert. The sight may seem simple, but that is precisely what makes it so special. A city in the United States is now making so much room for a group from South Korea. But because their presence has created an atmosphere that reaches far beyond the world of music. And Arlington seems to truly understand that when BTS comes to town, a concert is never simply a concert. BTS' presence in Arlington did not happen suddenly. Since the tour was announced, the city has been one of the important stops on the airing journey. The city of Arlington previously announced that BTS would perform twice at AT&T Stadium on August 15th and 16th, 2026, as part of their world tour. Now, as the concert dates draw closer, that anticipation has finally become real. BTS have arrived in Arlington after traveling from Baltimore. Their arrival was previously confirmed through an Instagram story posted by one of the crew members, showing the airplane, the Arlington location, and a brief message confirming that they had arrived. The post did not show the members' faces, allowing their privacy to remain protected. But for ARMY, that simple piece of information was already enough to instantly change the atmosphere. For fans, the simple words confirming that BTS had arrived felt like a signal that the biggest celebration was about to begin. And Arlington appears to be ready. In several parts of the city, the welcoming atmosphere has begun to emerge through promotional materials and BTS-themed pamphlets prepared as part of the pre-concert celebration. The atmosphere has become even more striking because it exists alongside preparations by fans carrying the color purple, a color that has long been closely associated with the ARMY community. Purple balloons have become one of the warmest and most cheerful forms of welcome. Nothing overly complicated is required. Just purple colors, BTS-themed messages, and the excitement of fans are enough to make Arlington feel as though it is waiting for some very special guests. For ARMY, of course, this is not simply decoration. It is love. They want BTS to know that the moment they arrived in Texas, thousands of people were already waiting for them with excitement and open hearts. Interestingly, the welcome from the government and ARMY shows just how far BTS influence in the United States has grown. When a city government helps create a welcoming atmosphere for a music group from South Korea, it becomes clear that BTS have become part of a much larger cultural conversation. BTS are no longer discussed merely as K-pop artists. Their name has become part of American popular culture. This phenomenon has actually been visible for a long time. Yet every time BTS return to the United States for another tour, that influence seems to take on a new form. This time, Arlington has become one of the most fascinating examples. A group from South Korea comes to Texas, and an American city prepares to welcome them. There is something incredibly beautiful about that image. Music that originated in one country can bring people from completely different backgrounds together in the same place. The language BTS use may differ from the everyday language spoken by many of their American fans. But the emotional connection created through music does not require a perfect translation. Arlington ARMY understand that. They may all have different stories about how they first discovered BTS. Some fell in love with their music. Some found comfort in their lyrics. Others connected with the personalities of RM, Jin, Suga, jhope, Jimin, Taehyung, or Jungkook. Some may simply want to experience BTS live after following their journey through a screen for years. But in the end, they all meet in the same place. AT&T Stadium. And this is certainly not a small venue. BTS 2 Arlington concerts are scheduled for August 15th and 16th, 2026. The official venue information lists both dates as part of BTS World Tour Arirang. That means that for 2 nights, Arlington will become one of the major centers of ARMY attention across America. Just imagine the atmosphere. People will begin arriving with BTS merchandise. Purple balloons will appear among the crowds. BTS-themed pamphlets will decorate certain areas. Fans will talk about their favorite songs, possible set lists, the members' outfits, and the moments they hope to experience on stage. Meanwhile, amid all that excitement, the local government is also showing that Arlington is ready to serve as host. This demonstrates that the impact of a major concert does not stop once the stage lights turn on. A BTS concert can create economic and social activity throughout the surrounding city. Hotels, restaurants, shopping centers, transportation services, and various local businesses can all experience the arrival of thousands of visitors. The city of Arlington has officially described BTS and their fans coming to the city as a major event, even planning purple-themed lighting to celebrate the Arirang tour. And when you look at ARMY's enthusiasm, it is easy to understand why the city is paying special attention. ARMY are not simply spectators. They are a community. When BTS come to a city, that community moves together. They share information, create projects, prepare gifts, put up decorations, meet fellow fans, and create experiences that they will remember for years to come. That has also been visible throughout BTS' North American journey this time. Before Arlington, Baltimore became another city demonstrating how BTS presence can attract the attention of local governments and communities. Maryland Governor Wes Moore even delivered a special welcome to BTS ahead of their concerts at M&T Bank Stadium. Now that energy has moved to Texas, and Arlington seems to be saying, now it's our turn. For Taehyung, RM, Jin, Suga, jhope, Jimin, and Jungkook, traveling from one city to another may simply be part of the long routine of a world tour. Planes, hotels, rehearsals, sound checks, stages, and then the next journey. But for ARMY, every arrival carries a different meaning. That is why a simple post from a crew member confirming BTS arrival in Arlington can trigger so many reactions. A single photo of an airplane can be enough to make fans feel closer to the moment they have been waiting for. Now they know that BTS are truly in the city. And the concert is getting closer. For some people outside the fandom, purple balloons and BTS-themed pamphlets may look like ordinary decorations. But for ARMY, every element carries meaning. The balloons are a sign of excitement. The pamphlets are a form of welcome. And the government's presence within that atmosphere becomes a symbol that BTS have successfully built an influence that is no longer limited to the music industry. This is one of the reasons BTS' journey through the United States is so fascinating to watch. They are not arriving as foreign artists simply renting a stadium. They are arriving as a global phenomenon with communities of their own in cities across America. From Las Vegas, New York, Boston, and Baltimore to Arlington, every stop brings a different story. Every city has its own way of showing its love for BTS. And now Texas has the opportunity to write its own story. Perhaps what people remember most will not only be how BTS perform on stage. They may remember how Arlington transformed into a sea of fans. How purple appeared throughout the city. How BTS-themed pamphlets became part of the atmosphere. How fans gathered even before the concert began. And how a city in Texas opened its doors to 7 men from South Korea who have managed to make millions of people across America feel connected. Ultimately, that is the power of BTS. They do not simply sell concert tickets. They create experiences. They create encounters. They create spaces where people who may never have known one another can stand together, sing the same songs, and feel the same emotions. And perhaps, more than all the decorations, pamphlets, balloons, and stadium lights, that is the greatest welcome Arlington can give BTS. A city opens its doors. ARMY open their hearts. And BTS arrived carrying music that has successfully crossed continents. Now, only a little time remains before AT&T Stadium truly begins to roar. On August 15th and 16th, thousands of ARMY will gather to see RM, Jin, Suga, jhope, Jimin, Taehyung, and Jungkook stand together on stage once again. After Baltimore, it is now Arlington's turn. The purple balloons are ready. The pamphlets have begun appearing. The city is prepared. ARMY are waiting. And BTS have arrived. Texas now has only one thing left to wait for: the moment the stadium lights go dark. The first notes of music begin to play, and the entire AT&T Stadium finally transforms into a sea of people shouting BTS together. Because when BTS come to America, it is not only a stage that moves. An entire city feels the powerful vibration.